following. Whoa! There. Oh, gee.
Underground now.
Rollover squad, illuminate.
On June 15th, 2018, 1:40 p.m., a speeding black sedan tears through the streets, pursued relentlessly by police. The reason for the chase remains a mystery, shrouded in the unknown realm of potential criminal activity. The stakes are heightened by the presence of a child, innocently seated beside the woman behind the wheel. The high-speed pursuit continues, the woman weaving dangerously through traffic. Suddenly, the sedan collides with another vehicle, jolting to a halt. The intense video captures her, trying to steal a car from a driver who has a child in the back seat. The police caught up with the mom who was on the run and safely rescued the baby snug in its car seat. The suspect faces charges of child endangerment, possessing a controlled substance, and evading arrest. The baby is now in the care of Child Protective Services. As the wheels of justice turned in Uvalde County on that fateful day, an ordinary truck towing a car hauler unknowingly carried a secret. It was January 13th, 2023, when DPS troopers intercepted the vehicle, and little did they know what lurked beneath the surface. Hidden within the towed vehicles were 15 people seeking a different fate, their presence a silent testimony to a dangerous journey.
I wasn't tall enough to see.
Oh, I just thought I didn't see it on the cell phone.
I was using my cell phone to try to look in there, but I could see something.
The driver, hailing from Houston, found himself entangled in a web of consequences as the troopers unveiled the clandestine operation. Instead of cargo, the car hauler transported lives, bringing a shocking revelation to light. The arrest of the driver sent ripples through the scene, charged with the grave offense of human smuggling. The fate of those 15 people now rested in the hands of Border Patrol, a chapter in their journey exposed, but the questions lingered in the air. In the heart of North Miami, a stolen Land Rover from a harrowing armed carjacking had the law on its tail. On a tense Monday, 29th of April, the license plate reader technology alerted, sending Volusia County deputies racing after the elusive vehicle.
I think pulling into the Chick-fil-A, I'm going to try to get a better tag, but it's all blacked out. If you have area 1, then fly ahead.
The vehicle tried to escape from the deputies, but Air 1 tracked it into Seminole County. The occupants abandoned the car, and VCSO K9 Endo successfully located them.
Air 1's got him. U-turn, head back towards I-4. On Saxon, back towards I-4. Vehicle's I-4 west, behind.
The driver, Jamie Snell, a 29-year-old man, got arrested for grand theft auto, attempting to elude police officers, and resisting an officer without violence. As of Tuesday morning, he remains in custody at Seminole County Jail on a $7,500 bail. High above, the Ohio State Highway Patrol's helicopter soared through the sky, hunting down a wanted felon named Kyle Billick. In the woods near Cinnamon Lake, he cleverly hid, skillfully evading law enforcement. Feel the suspense as troopers navigate the air, closing in on their target. Witness the moment when Billick, cornered, decides to surrender. Deputies from the Ashland County Sheriff's Office then emerge to ensure justice is served, escorting the fugitive out of the woods. Billick faced charges of resisting arrest and obstructing official business, creating a legal whirlwind. Pleading no contest, his fate hung in the balance until the verdict, guilty. On April 15th, 2019, he found himself sentenced to 50 days behind bars. In a tense situation on Edison Bridge, chaos broke out as 34-year-old Brian Gray, recently released after a 12-year prison term for robbery, took his aunt's van. A high-speed chase followed, hitting 100 miles per hour and ending in a dramatic crash on the bridge.
It's forward on the bridge. It's crashing on the bridge right now.
348.
Lee County.
After the stolen van stopped, Gray, seemingly desperate to escape, took a bold move. At the base of the 55-foot bridge, he jumped into the unknown depths below.
I'm gonna hop off the bridge right now. He's standing on the foot of the bridge. And he just jumped off the bridge.
The Fort Myers Police Department's Marine unit captured the intense moment, rescuing Gray from the water after his daring escape attempt.
Alright, we're gonna try to get a little closer and put the spotlight on them so they know where to go.
On FMPD, they're about to be 10-12.
Consequences swiftly followed. Gray, now facing charges of grand theft auto and fleeing police, deals with the aftermath of his impulsive flight. Mix-up in Las Cruces, police chasing an unknown suspect. The video starts with a thrilling chase, officers hot on the trail. Cut to the moment they nab a guy. Surprise, he's not the suspect, he just fits the description. It was a story of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. With no apology in sight, the man finds himself caught up in a case of mistaken identity. Concerns grow about how the police handled the situation, the absence of an apology, and the treatment of the innocent guy. Feel the tension and wonder about the potential fallout of this mix-up.
No. Again, you were detained because you matched the description of someone who we're looking for. You're in the area of where exactly he ran to. You're wearing the same thing.
As the sun dipped over Kilgallen Court, Deputy Green's routine burglary response took a spine-chilling turn. Responding to a 911 call, he eyed a suspicious vehicle slinking away.
CMB, 3040.
The driver's excuse? A dubious tale of pressure washing entering through a bathroom window. Green's gut sensed deceit. Inside, chaos unfolded, rooms tossed and turned by an unseen force, but the climax lay in the suspect's car, a pillowcase concealing treasures belonging to two elderly victims, ages 81 and 72. Among the stolen loot were jewels, ancient artifacts, foreign currency, a personalized checkbook, and engraved cufflinks.
When you got out of the house?
Normally go through the window.
So you go through the window.
Normally go through the window, and if the alarm goes off, that's the first time it's gone off, so I came out.
The puzzle unraveled. Justin Aldrich, 41, the alleged intruder, was charged with burglary and grand theft. There, he was released on a $5,000 bond from Volusia County Branch Jail.
What's the misunderstanding? That you crawled through somebody's window to pressure clean their house?
I'm telling you, that's what we do. I'm telling you.
On a chilly night in December 2022, a Florida officer responded to bizarre reports, stumbling upon a gripping scene. A woman armed with machetes fiercely guarded her turf.
Get another unit. What happened with the machete lady? Carrying machetes.
She came out of the building. She came out of that garage with two machetes.
As the officer delved deeper, a tense dance unfolded, exposing a tangled web of property disputes, code violations, and rising animosity.
I know, but if we're gonna figure. I'm not 11.
Accusations clashed in the air, weaving a complex narrative. The officer untangled the threads, slowly revealing a story shrouded in mystery. Sarah, unyielding, resisted cooperation, triggering her dramatic eviction by the officers.
My leg, please help me!
Leg number?
Sarah, please! He was raped! His job was raped before he got here! His breath, he smells like alcohol!
In the dead of night, shadows dance as K9 Endo races through the aftermath of an armed robbery. February 20th, 2019. Bodycam footage unveils the heart-pounding pursuit of two suspects, weaving through Ormond Beach. The fugitives plunge into the eerie woods of Flagler County, seeking refuge in the darkness. As they vanish into the bush, the air thickens with anticipation. A brave police dog, Endo, becomes the amazing hero, revealing their hidden presence. Watch as the night unfolds in a gripping chase, a dance between law and lawlessness. The bite of justice leaves its mark, thanks to the united force of Ormond Beach Police, Flagler County Sheriff's Office, and Bunnell Police. In the heart of Melrose and Fairfax Avenue, a quiet evening took a dark turn. Patrolling officers, tipped off by a concerned citizen, stumbled upon a clothing store robbery. Tension hung in the air as they cautiously approached, only to confront armed suspects emerging from the store. Commands were shouted, but one suspect gripping a firearm pressed the situation into chaos. Shots rang out, leaving an officer injured. The suspects, escaping in a black SUV, initiated a high-stakes chase through the city. Despite the pursuit, the fugitives slipped away, leaving a puzzle for detectives.
Hit Melrose on 2 suspects, possibly with
As the Force Investigation Division delves into the incident, the city's top brass and legal authorities await the outcome, questioning the use of force and seeking justice in the shadows. In the heart of South Carolina, a wild chase unfolded on August 17, 2022. A U-Haul, laden with stolen lumber, tearing through the streets. Dashcam footage captures the chaos, revealing 2 suspects hurling plywood at determined sheriff deputies in hot pursuit. The story begins at a construction site, where sharp-eyed deputies spot the thieves in action. A daring chase ensues, leading to the arrest of one suspect, but the driver manages a daring escape. It's a nail-biting race against time and justice, leaving us on the edge of our seats, wondering what happens next. On December 21st, 2022 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. In the cold silence of the winter day, police responded to a home burglary in progress. The caller, hidden in the basement, anxiously observed 40-year-old Christopher Lamb's intrusion via a surveillance camera.
That one right there. I'm assuming garage door is. What's that?
Officers followed footprints in the snow to a garage where they found Christopher holding stolen items in an orange bag. They pointed a gun at him, and he surrendered. This was his second burglary at the same place in 2 weeks.
Got one up there?
Yep. Handcuff. I'm the only one here.
In the past, Christopher had faced multiple charges, including burglary, fraud, forgery, property damage, and stalking, despite varying cash bonds ranging from $1,000 to $10,000. Unfortunately, he continued committing crimes. He was apprehended and taken into custody.
Okay. So he's actually come here before, huh?
Yeah. So they've had like 3 burglaries.
I looked it up on the way here, like just before I started.
In the dim morning of a Wednesday in Volusia County, things get wild. A frantic call tips off the police about a car break-in, leading to a quick response from DeLand Police, sheriff's deputies, and the watchful Air One helicopter.
Alright, he's coming down to a dirt road by a house, 650 South Lakeview. Bail out.
A stolen black Honda speeds through quiet streets. 3 tricky teenagers jump out, vanishing into the shadows after colliding with Lake Helen. The blades of Air One spin above, tracking their every step as officers on the ground maneuver through wet terrain with help from the watchful eye in the sky.
They're all still running southbound over towards 670 Pleasant Street, Lake Helen. Yeah, Cody, they're going back towards the lake now. Right.
Undaunted, the teens dive into the lake, turning their bold escape into a water chase. 2 get caught, and the third, a stubborn teen, faces a persistent canine and deputies. They were accused of crimes in Seminole County. Justice unfolds as 2 teens end up at the Department of Juvenile Justice, and the 15-year-old driver faces a slew of charges.
We're in contact with the other 2. They get secured now.
Other 2 secure, 543.
90 there, 1.
January 19th, 2022, at exactly 5:45 p.m. In the heart of LA, a cop on Bellevue Ave noticed something alarming.
I don't know what's wrong, officer, please! Over here, over here. Please, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong, officer, please! Please!
A person, desperate, sprinting toward him, clutching a lifeless child, crying for aid. With urgency, the officer rushed out, discovering a breathless child. More units were summoned, including the fire department. The officer, swift and focused, identified a choking hazard. Moments of tension hung in the air as he cleared the child's airway.
Echo Park at Bellevue! Echo Park at Bellevue! Echo Park at Bellevue, please! Officer, please, officer, please! Please!
Finally, a breath, a flicker of life. The fire department took over, rushing the child to Children's Hospital. A tale of a heroic rescue unfolding in the streets of Echo Park.
Okay. Mommy, it's okay, my love. What does she have? What does she have, Mommy? Open.
Something came out.
What do you have, Mommy?
On a fateful August 15th, 2022, an NMSP officer arrested Jesus Jimenez for a stolen vehicle. Handcuffed, Jimenez arrived at the Los Lunas NMSP office for booking, claiming he got the car from a friend named John Martinez. No address, no phone number. The officer probed, demanding proof like text messages or calls. Jimenez had nothing.
I will come holler at you for a second. Just sit tight.
About an hour and a half later, Jimenez escaped without officers noticing. The arresting officer realized, and NMSP issued a bolo to alert other officers.
Sit down. Have a seat, man. I'll be right back, you right?
At around 8 p.m., another officer found and detained Jimenez. NMSP officers arrived, took him back into custody, and charged him with escape, possession of a stolen vehicle, and driving on a revoked license. He was released 2 weeks later. In the heart of the raging Santa Rosa fire, a Sonoma County police officer's bodycam captures a riveting rescue mission. We witnessed the intense evacuation unfolding as officers braved the flames to save lives.
Down Santa Rosa, maybe a good idea is Old Red and Marquez Frank still basically coming out. Want to come up and...
The footage hints at the gravity of the situation, with 35 recorded fatalities, marking this week as California's deadliest wildfire history. But the full scale remains elusive, shrouded in suspense.
Copy, Reevely needs to get out. The fire's right there. Other unit, you were covered.
Can you get out?
After the smoke clears, 3,500 buildings are destroyed, and search teams look for survivors. The toll increases, and amid sadness, stories emerge of those who couldn't get away.
Sheriff 174, we're doing a carry out. Ready? Hold up. There's a house on fire.
In the heart of Bunnell, Florida, a daring escape unfolded on August 18th, 2022. As the sun dipped below the horizon, deputies attempted to pull over Alonzo Devon Peoples, 23, for a suspended license. Instead of yielding, he executed a swift U-turn, igniting a high-speed pursuit.
Positive stick hit.
Positive stick hit, double there.
Evading red lights and speeding through the night, a person's reckless run came to a halt as stopsticks tore through their tires. Leaving the vehicle by a cypress pond, they vanished into the shadows. Without him knowing, the Air 1 helicopter from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office spotted his heat signature from above.
See your hand.
County Sheriff's Office!
Come to me.
I just told you I'm coming.
Come to me. Hey,
come
back
on.
up, back up.
Come on.
Everybody back up.
Back up. Come on.
Let me see your hand.
About 200 yards from the crash site, the police's marine unit quietly sent an airboat into the swamp. Peoples was later apprehended in the suspenseful cat-and-mouse chase and is now facing various charges like fleeing.
End of the day. Do you have any medical complaints? Because we care about your health. Man, you've been in the water for a while. All right, you dehydrated, you got a headache, does your heart hurt?
On November 29th, 2020, a fire early in the morning wrecked 2 buildings and caused serious damage to nearby businesses.
It looks like there is a fire in the house.
There is?
Yes, and the guy, he was hanging out the window, and I asked him if everything's all right, is there a fire?
3 police officers acted swiftly, rescuing a resident before the flames completely took over.
Fire! Get out! Get out! Fire!
The cause of the fire was undetermined, but the resident thought it might have started with a neglected baseboard heater. It's uncertain if any pets were saved or lost.
Door to the upstairs apartments is locked. We have no access to it.
Did you close that door? What's up? Did you close the door to my
On February 1st, 2023, in Marshfield, Wisconsin, officers were told to watch out for a white car driven by a man with a warrant.
A man with an active felony warrant. While on duty, an officer spotted a vehicle matching the description and commenced following it.
While on duty, an officer saw a similar car, but the driver sped off, ran a stop sign, and led the police on a chase. It turned out the driver wasn't the person they were looking for.
Turn off the car! Put the keys outside the door now! Open the door!
The driver, later identified as Scott, was charged with possession of meth, possession of THC, vehicle operator flee, elude officer, possession of drug paraphernalia, and operating while revoked.
Yeah, hey.
Yep, that would do it.
Tell him we weren't even looking for him. Got Narcan, butane.
On June 12, 2023, law enforcement rushed to a disturbance. A deputy approached the suspect's mother, seeking clarity about the chaotic situation.
Ma'am, is your house this one or the next one? Okay, so what's going on?
The audio remains redacted, but a chilling revelation unfolds. Her son threatened his girlfriend with a firearm. The girlfriend fled, and the suspect pursued.
Show me your hands right now! Stop! Show me your hands! Signal 4 involved. He just hit my vehicle, and now he's fleeing the scene.
Amid escalating tensions, the suspect is arrested. The focus shifts to confrontations with law enforcement.
I'm not. I am not, because he's on my property acting crazy. I need my number. I need your number. Sergeant what?
The situation intensifies as the suspect resists arrest and insists on seeing the manager. The video concludes with details on charges and the suspect's release on bond, despite a lengthy criminal record. On the morning of October 9th, 2018, deputies from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office rushed to Lake Monroe for a capsized boat rescue. One person was found holding onto the boat's side for a long time, while sadly the second person was found dead about 2 miles away.
See it, obviously.
Copy. 62. 62 guys.
The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission took charge of the investigation. In the quiet night, chaos erupts as a suspect brazenly points a laser at an aircraft, endangering lives. The drone's watchful eye captures the unfolding drama. The police, alerted to the threat, swiftly responded to the ominous act. At 2:06 a.m., tension heightens as they confront the individual in the front yard, armed with a laser pointer. The gravity of the situation becomes apparent, emphasizing the need for public awareness. The suspect, shockingly unaware of the illegality, faces the consequences of his actions. In this footage, a sheriff helicopter helped stop a nearby grass fire that threatened 3 homes near HWI 160. The helicopter from the Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office rushed to the scene. With strong winds fueling the flames, the fire was dangerously close to a house, less than 40 yards away. The chopper landed and used a 144-gallon bucket to drop 6 loads of water on the home, helping to contain the fire. In the heart of Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, a speeding suspect led Greenfield police on a high-stakes chase. Watch as the pursuit unfolds in riveting footage from 3 police vehicles. A relentless officer tries to stop the fleeing car, only to see the chase abruptly terminated. But the story doesn't end there. The suspect reappears, triggering a daring U-turn by another officer. The tension rises as the suspect's vehicle accelerates, prompting a third officer to step in. The officer executes a pit maneuver on Loomis near Cold Spring Road. Suddenly, the Greenfield police SUV flips over, leaving you on the edge of your seat. Meanwhile, the suspect vanishes into the distance, leaving chaos in its wake.
All right, roll over, squad, on Loomis.
On June 2nd, 2022, a man traveled for 2.5 hours, anticipating a meeting with a 15-year-old girl in Cumberland, Wisconsin.
Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Face away, keep walking, stop.
Get down on your knees.
As he reached the agreed location, several Cumberland police officers and DCI agents caught him by surprise and quickly apprehended him.
Is anyone else in the car? Are there any guns in the car or anything like that? Okay.
Later, investigations revealed that the man worked as a surgical technician, was married, and had 2 children. The video captures a man being stopped for speeding by a police officer. Initially cooperative, the man becomes agitated when informed of his speed violation. He angrily questions the officer's decision and accuses him of unfairly targeting him. Despite the officer's attempt to de-escalate the situation, the man continues to berate him.
Hey, I'm Trooper Gallagher, State Patrol, being audio and video recorded, okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Why am I being stopped?
The officer eventually returns with a citation, prompting the man's frustration to escalate further.
Drive safe.
You have to job.
Okay.
The video captures a tense encounter as a man is detained for trespassing in Area 51. Initially stopped by security guards who can also be identified as soldiers, he's later approached by a Lincoln County Sheriff's deputy who advises him of his rights.
Under arrest. I want to clarify that. You're not under arrest right now, you're being detained. Okay. Okay. You have the right to speak with an attorney and have him present when you answer any questions. Do you understand that?
Surrounded by armed security, the man is served a citation and instructed to pay a $640 fine. His belongings are confiscated and inspected, adding to the gravity of the situation. The encounter concludes with the deputy ensuring the man heads back to the Alamo without incident.
Bail in Nevada can be paid in lieu of fine. So when it says bail amount, that's basically your fine.
During a surveillance operation, police aircraft were repeatedly struck by high-intensity laser beams, endangering the flight crew. Despite the dangers, the tactical flight officer managed to trace the laser back to a residential address.
We're so far out, I don't have the address, but he's still shining it at us.
Okay, guys, that's down off Route 4.
Video footage captured the crime in action, leading to a swift response from ground units. At the identified address, Sanchez Escobar was apprehended as he emerged from a workshop. Police recovered the still-warm laser pointer from the workshop, solidifying the evidence against him. The consequences of laser strikes on aircraft are severe, with Sanchez Escobar facing a felony charge for interfering with the operation of an aircraft.
Gray shirt, maybe a dark colored shirt. But he will have shorts on, he's a little bit heavier set.
On April 1st, 2021, Florida police dashcam footage captured a heart-pounding high-speed pursuit of a reckless suspect. The chase intensified as the suspect evaded officers, throwing a beer out the window amidst the chaos. As speeds reached dangerous levels, officers deployed stop sticks in an attempt to halt the suspect's erratic behavior. Tension mounted as the suspect maneuvered through traffic, reaching speeds of up to 90 miles per hour.
We're at 30. I'm pitting.
With each twist and turn, the pursuit became more perilous, culminating in a dramatic pit maneuver by law enforcement. On January 8, 2022, Deputy Hernandez conducted a routine traffic stop on SE 145th Street in Summerfield. Suddenly, a white Kia Soul sped by and collided with Deputy Hernandez's patrol car. Despite the impact, the Kia continued driving for about a mile before eventually pulling over on SE 36th Avenue.
Papa, Alpha, Golf, Echo. Go, 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 go.
Deputy Hernandez approached the driver, Angel Rains, who appeared unaware of the collision. As the situation unfolded, it became apparent that Rains had consumed alcohol throughout the evening.
It's only started because we don't know who's driving. Let me see your hands. Put your hands out the window.
The Florida Highway Patrol arrived to investigate the accident and conducted a DUI evaluation, ultimately leading to Rains' arrest for DUI with property damage. A high-speed chase unfolded on Ohio's highways as a motorcyclist evaded troopers, hitting nearly 100 miles per hour. Ignoring warnings, he weaved through traffic and onto the interstate.
It's going to be a white male. He's got a black top on, blue jeans, and black shoes running towards Wilson Road if I can get units in that area.
Troopers in pursuit, the scene escalated as the biker split from his companion. The state patrol plane tracked his every move, providing a dramatic aerial view. Finally, the chase ended abruptly as the biker ditched his motorcycle on an exit ramp.
The individual is complying, just FYI for anybody responding.
Looks like it's gonna be Wilson at Interchange Road, sorry.
After a brief struggle, he fled on foot, hopping fences and evading capture. Ultimately, he was apprehended, facing multiple charges. Transporting back to 2012, a routine day in Yorba Linda, California, took a harrowing turn.
Something just exploded.
An underground electrical vault erupted, plunging over 2,000 residents into darkness. Dashcam footage captured the initial explosion, but it was only the beginning. As responders rushed to the scene, chaos unfolded. Captain David Wolf of Orange County Fire Authority found himself hurled into bushes by a subsequent blast, his fellow firefighter pulling him to safety. Amidst the chaos, minor injuries were sustained, but the situation could have been catastrophic.
Get on the ground. Stay on the ground, bro. Stay on the ground. Go! Hey! You are let me go! Hey! Let me go!
On January 26, 2023, officers spotted a car with illegal tinted windows. As they approach, the driver bolts down an alley. Tensions rise as they wrestle him to the ground. Amidst the chaos, the driver, Pedro, pleads for leniency, offering information in exchange. A search yields a gun and drugs. Later, attempts to flee in another car are thwarted. Ultimately, Pedro faces charges for resisting arrest, weapon possession, and drug offenses.
But we got a gun recovered and a lot of drugs and a lot of money. He drove away and got stuck when they say terminated.
In a tense pursuit, officers tracked down a suspect after a strong-arm robbery.
Bailed at the corner of Elm and Cottle.
X-ray 60 Central, put me on the call, and I'm first unit behind it. I'm just keeping them in sight.
Okay, he's coming up to I.
Helicopter surveillance keeps tabs as the suspect evades on foot. The chase intensifies as he darts through streets and jumps fences.
Pulling under a tree. I think we got a bailout. Bailout running south.
Ultimately, he's cornered near Charles Street. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, a woman's purse is snatched by Devante Harris. A brave bystander gives chase, but Harris escapes. However, the bystander notes the details of the getaway car.
Slow down.
Yeah.
People, relax.
Charlie 21 Central.
Later, officers spotted the vehicle with Harris behind the wheel. The chase resumes, culminating in Harris's apprehension.
We're coming out and I'm sorry. We're celebrating point. Not hard.
In a gripping chase, officers pursue a suspect through traffic and down the wrong side of the road.
Road, I am now the lead vehicle. Oh, signal 4 into a ASO K9, facility bound place vehicle.
The chase reaches dangerous speeds as the suspect evades capture. Finally, after weaving through streets and dodging traffic, the suspect exits the vehicle and attempts to flee on foot. Swift action by law enforcement leads to the suspect's apprehension. The suspect, identified as Brandon J. Baker, faces multiple felony charges, including armed carjacking. At a dramatic stop in Del Rio, DPS troopers pulled over a suspicious vehicle while traveling.
2 draws 110, just checking in secure. Waiting on the record.
Get on the ground.
2 draws 110,
Get on the ground, man.
As they approach the vehicle, several illegal immigrants flee. The scene escalates as the vehicle refuses to stop, sparking a high-speed pursuit.
Stuff is in the car.
Okay.
More immigrants abandon the fleeing vehicle. Despite the chaos, drivers are eventually apprehended and charged. Tensions run high as troopers confront the suspects, ultimately securing the area and taking control. In a tense encounter, an individual, allegedly involved in illegal activities, faces off with law enforcement. Amidst a chaotic exchange, tensions escalate as the suspect resists arrest vehemently.
No, I'm waiting on the other officer.
You are leaving.
I am waiting on the other officer.
Ma'am?
No, I haven't.
Despite attempts to calm the situation, the confrontation intensifies, leading to a struggle and eventual apprehension. With emotions running high, the suspect's defiant outbursts echo through the scene.
No, grab my shit, man. Grab my shit.
In the aftermath, the individual is charged with multiple offenses, including battery on law enforcement. Despite a turbulent ordeal, the resolution culminates in a plea deal, resulting in probation.
The suspect was charged with multiple crimes, including felony battery on law enforcement. In the end,
Motor 10. Go ahead. Canine is right to your west. Same yard.
In a swift response, Ashton Churchwell, wanted for attempted first-degree murder, is apprehended in DeLand. Following a public appeal, a vigilant citizen spots Churchwell within hours of the plea and notifies authorities. Churchwell's alleged crimes include breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home, pistol whipping her boyfriend, and firing a shot. The incident stems from a dispute over child custody, escalating into violence. Despite the chaos, no one is seriously injured.
Positive ID. Copy, thanks, guys.
Churchwell's escape involves sabotaging vehicles and stealing a license plate. Authorities issued warrants for multiple charges, including armed burglary and aggravated assault. Churchwell's capture underscores the urgency of community cooperation in apprehending dangerous suspects. On August 13th, 2022, there was a high-speed chase by Arkansas police officers. The police chase a very long distance, but the man is not willing to wait. He was later stopped at the entrance, where the suspect surrendered, and was taken to the police station after following the commands given by the police officers.
Is there any injuries, sir? We needed him to be clean. He hit pretty hard.
In a high-speed pursuit through Durham, a suspect reaches speeds of up to 170 kilometers per hour, challenging law enforcement's ability to keep up.
Looks like he's slowed down substantially here. He probably thinks that there's no one around him. And he's mounting up for an east.
Despite the dangers, authorities maintain visual contact as the suspect navigates through various roads and highways. The pursuit intensifies as the suspect heads westbound on the 401 and eventually flees on foot into a wooded area.
Stay off the air. He's out on the north side of the road. He's run north into the field.
With the assistance of air support, officers track the suspect's movements, ultimately apprehending him. The suspect is alleged to have discarded drugs during the chase, highlighting the severity of the situation. In a gripping chase on January 11th, 2023, 2 juvenile smugglers raced through Valverde County on US 277, evading DPS troopers.
324, the rebel has come to a stop, bail out.
Could 4 vehicle comes to a stop and bail out.
As the pursuit heated up, 3 illegal immigrants leapt out of the vehicle, but the chase persisted. With tension mounting, the driver and passenger abandoned the vehicle, seeking refuge behind a nearby residence.
277 north, just south of Del Rio. Repeating, 277 north, just south of Del Rio.
324, Del Rio.
The pursuit reached a climax as law enforcement closed in on the fleeing suspects. In the end, both perpetrators were apprehended and charged with evading arrest and human smuggling.
Give me your hands. Give me your hands.
On February 13th, 2023, an officer spotted a vehicle with an obstructive license plate cover and potentially illegally tinted windows.
I was just stopping for the plate cover and the tints were a little dark, but...
Despite attempts to reason with the driver, tensions rise as the situation escalates. The officer insists on seeing the driver's license and warning of arrest if compliance is not met.
Stopped and he just kept saying I'm wasting his time. Yeah, at least he stopped, I guess.
Is he like a sovereign citizen or?
No!
With each refusal, the confrontation intensifies, leading to the driver's eventual arrest. Despite pleas for understanding and requests for a supervisor, the situation reaches a point of no return. The encounter ends with the driver facing multiple charges.
No, not. I went to someone who does tints, just on the side, but...
All right, sit tight. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
In a tense situation, law enforcement coordinates efforts to locate suspects hiding in a wooded area, following a Walmart robbery in Deltona.
Check something. I'm not going to say it's somebody. Keep going right there where you're walking. Go to the right. Right on the waterline. Right in front of you. Probably 3 feet. Look down.
Air One's thermal imaging helps pinpoint their location, amidst concerns of nocturnal animals in the vicinity. Meanwhile, the robbery involved 2 men fleeing with bags of merchandise, striking an employee in the process.
90 Air One.
I take it that's him.
It is. You guys did an awesome job.
Despite attempts to evade capture, 4 individuals are apprehended, including the suspects hiding in the woods, the getaway car driver, and a passenger.
Yeah, it was bothering me. If he went in that water, there's no way out with the environment and the elements there. Thank you guys for checking that out.
Charges range from robbery to fleeing from law enforcement. The stolen goods, including clothing and cigarettes, are valued at approximately $2,500. On January 6th, 2022, Arkansas State Police engaged in a high-speed pursuit of an Audi, culminating in a tense pit maneuver on the highway. As the chase stretched on, adrenaline spiked as the suspect raced to evade capture. With each twist and turn, the stakes heightened, leaving officers on edge. Finally, after a prolonged pursuit, the Audi's driver decided to surrender, ending the nail-biting chase. The scene unfolded with a palpable sense of relief as law enforcement successfully apprehended the suspect.
Step out the car! Step out!
That's going to be the major right there, and through a red light. Whoa! There you go. That's what they were so worried about. And there you go. You have an innocent person just...
In a tense pursuit through South Los Angeles, a car packed with armed suspects leads police on a dangerous chase. The suspects, possibly linked to an earlier assault, threw firearms out of the vehicle during the pursuit. As they race through residential areas and narrow streets, Sky 9 captures the intense moments, with near misses with other vehicles.
Crenshaw, I understand that they're going to roll tape for this crash. The suspect's still not in custody. You can see LAPD down there in force, a female driver of that BMW, 2 other suspects.
The chase culminates in a dramatic crash at an intersection in Lymet Park, involving a white sedan and another vehicle.
Expediting, getting closer to the vehicle quicker, actually going to these suspects opposed to making them come to them, that we've seen, probably to make sure that that's innocent person. 3 suspects quickly surrender as officers swarm the area, while the victim from the sedan receives support from a compassionate bystander. Stay tuned for updates on this unfolding incident. In Mission, Texas, a high-speed pursuit unfolds as the driver, suspected of smuggling illegal immigrants from Mexico, attempts to evade authorities.
I'm stuck on Vincent Palm, north of 495. Hold on, back.
Actually, well, both go to the driver. We got both behind us.
Speeds reach up to 50 miles per hour as the vehicle heads northbound. Amidst the chase, anticipation grows as officers prepare for a possible bailout.
Unknown street right now. We're going westbound in the neighborhood. Neighborhood north of the canal. Hold on.
The driver darts into a neighborhood, navigating through the streets before reaching a dead end near a restaurant.
What's the dinner? You want a 3 status?
With the driver on foot, the pursuit intensifies as officers and a border patrol tracking K9 close in. Finally, after a tense search, the driver is apprehended 2 miles away. In the aftermath of a crash, chaos ensues as officers rush to assess the situation. Amidst the commotion, orders are shouted and individuals are apprehended. Tension mounts as officers work to secure the scene and attend to those involved. As the dust settles, questions arise about the sequence of events leading up to the crash.
That's my unit.
With conflicting accounts and uncertainty surrounding the circumstances, officers piece together the puzzle of what transpired.
We're in our backyard.
Yes, I need somebody to come to Circle K because somebody just bust my window out my car.
I had a guy take off in one of our cars.
In Pearson, Florida, a dramatic arrest unfolds as Anthony Gunther tries to carjack a black Ford F-150. Gunther's crime spree starts with attempted car break-ins and vandalism.
Taser deployment! Taser deployment! Alright! Let him go!
Despite deputies deploying stop sticks twice, Gunther evades capture until he bails out of a stolen white Jaguar.
Through a barbecue place or something. Okay, we gotta bail out. He's jumping in a black Ford F-150. He's carjacking this guy right now.
As deputies close in, Gunther's carjacking attempt is stopped by a taser, leading to his arrest. The white car used by Gunther was reported stolen earlier. In this intense dashcam footage from November 22nd, 2021, Arkansas State Police pursue a Jeep, culminating in a dramatic pity maneuver. As the situation unfolds, officers instruct the suspect to exit the vehicle with caution, ensuring their compliance. With heightened tension, the officers approach the car cautiously, utilizing less lethal measures.
Do not move!
Sorry, I missed that.
The video captures the tense moments leading up to the successful apprehension of the suspect.
time trial sitting in Del Rio.
Human smugglers from Austin, Texas, led DPS troopers on a high-speed pursuit reaching 120 miles per hour in Kinney County.
1050, repeat 1050 at the check.
Underground, now!
The chase ended when they crashed into a light pole at a Border Patrol checkpoint. Both were arrested after confessing they were paid $9,000 to smuggle 3 illegal immigrants from Honduras to Austin. In the midst of the pursuit, tension rises as vehicles are forced off the road and a spike strip is deployed. As they approach the checkpoint, the intensity peaks, leading to the apprehension of the smugglers. In a routine stop, an officer questions a motorcyclist about their license plate.
How's it going? What's going on with your chain?
Tension rises as the motorcyclist admits to not having a driver's license, but claims they were on their way to register. Despite the explanation, suspicion lingers. The officer requests identification, leading to a tense moment as the motorcyclist fidgets nervously.
Lean over here by the fence. Just lean over here by the fence. Call it! Call it! Call it! Call it! Call it!
Suddenly, the situation escalates as the motorcyclist makes a break for it. The officer's commands fall on deaf ears as the pursuit begins, culminating in a dramatic arrest.
Don't see me. Stop, dude. I got you. That's it. That's it. Please.
A Daytona Beach man, recently released after a 10-year prison sentence for vehicular homicide, flees from Volusia County Sheriff's deputies in a high-speed chase.
Yep, pull up.
All right, blacked out again, 6th Street, coming up to Del Paso, past Del Paso.
John May, 25, narrowly misses hitting several vehicles before crashing into a house.
Southbound, 236 into the yard of 230 Caroline, 236 North Carolina. Backyard of 236 North Carolina. 40 apartment.
Air 1 follows overhead as Mai runs to a nearby apartment complex where Daytona Beach police catch him. Charged with multiple offenses, including fleeing law enforcement and possession of marijuana, Mai's history of reckless behavior raises concern.
What's up, man?
You gonna loosen these up a little bit?
In a minute.
This like breaking my skin.
Yeah, well, you're lucky you didn't kill someone.
Released on bail, his past underscores the gravity of his actions. On July 27, 2022, Georgia police dashcam and bodycam footage captured a heart-pounding pursuit as officers chased a suspect through residential backyards. The chase began as the suspect fled in a vehicle, weaving through streets with officers in hot pursuit. As the pursuit intensified, the suspect abandoned the vehicle and continued on foot, darting through yards to evade capture. With each twist and turn, tension mounted as officers closed in on the elusive suspect. In Hidalgo County, a routine stop turned into a dramatic pursuit as a Dodge Durango attempted to flee. Amid the chaos, a Land Rover intervened, allowing a group of illegal immigrants to scatter.
Land Rover. Model will know that shows an address of Texas City.
I think he's trying to get away from it.
Despite the initial escape, the trooper persisted, eventually halting the Durango and apprehending the driver for human smuggling. Meanwhile, the driver of the Land Rover met a similar fate, getting stopped and arrested as well.
What is that? Relax. Okay?
A tense situation unfolds as a high schooler is apprehended for bringing a loaded weapon to Atlantic High School in Florida.
So, just back door. I'm not going to parade you.
Acting on a tip from a TikTok video, deputies confront the 16-year-old, discovering a handgun tucked into his waistband during a search.
Hey, coach, grab this bag for me.
The defendant, who admits to taking the pistol from a relative, now faces serious charges, including possession of a firearm on school premises and grand theft.
Okay, but you don't remember anything about what happened or how you got in the accident or anything?
I just got that.
Okay, that's it? Just got in an accident?
As the conversation unfolded, the officer probed for details about the accident. The driver, seemingly disoriented, couldn't recall the events clearly.
I had 2 wines.
Just 2 wines, that was it? Okay, so you don't remember how you got in your crash, you were saying?
With each question, the tension grew. The officer hinted at the possibility of field sobriety tests, but the driver refused. As the officer's patience waned, the driver's fate hung in the balance. Would they go quietly to jail, or would more revelations come to light?
Monitored the driver from a helicopter as the truck went onto the freeway, appearing to drive recklessly and at high rates of speed. A stolen vehicle pursuit came to an end when the suspect...
In a dramatic chase, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department deputies pursued a driver in a stolen pickup truck.
Earlier on, when they first started following him, whoa! Oh, jeez! Oh!
Following the collision, the suspect got out of the truck and attempted to run.
The helicopter monitored the reckless driver, weaving through traffic at high speeds. The pursuit culminated in a collision at an intersection. The suspect attempted to flee, but was caught with a limp. With no officers in sight, the suspect's fate hung in the balance. After a heart-stopping moment, officers managed to apprehend the suspect amidst the wreckage.
Unbelievable crash right there. There is officers behind it, California Highway Patrol. Those guys never give up. You got to give them the...
Tragically, innocent bystanders suffered injuries in the chaotic crash. The harrowing ordeal underscored the dangers of such pursuits, leaving a somber aftermath. In this footage, a human smuggler from Austin, Texas, led DPS troopers on a high-speed pursuit reaching 120 miles per hour in Kinney County.
Multiple bodies.
In the midst of the pursuit, tension rises as the suspect's vehicle changes its direction and heads into the woods. The chase ends in a dramatic crash on a ranch, sending the driver and passenger fleeing. But their escape is short-lived, thanks to DPS aircraft swooping in to aid in their capture. Inside the vehicle, authorities uncover 4 illegal immigrants.
Hey, did you find Mike?
No, it's my wallet. This.
Hey, I guess you can find Mike.
Huh?
On November 9th, 2022, Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies chased a driver in a stolen pickup truck.
25th Street. Underneath the interstate, and car's blacked out.
From a helicopter, they watched as the truck sped recklessly on the 605 freeway. The pursuit ended in a horrific crash at an intersection.
And it's going to be just shy of 10th Street on the south side of the road. Okay, get you over here, drive.
The suspect fled the scene, but his escape was short-lived. He hobbled away with a limp. The aftermath left bystanders reeling, highlighting the peril of such high-speed chases.
So they were parenting, they were doing the right things, and obviously the kids snuck out.
So do you think law enforcement could have handled this situation?
Yeah, but it's something westbound 1732 west of 1732. There one. 3 33 on 607A. Be advised, BP is saying that vehicle struck one of their units.
On August 19th, 2022, a silver Toyota Corolla with Texas plates, driven by a narcotics smuggler, sparked a high-speed pursuit on US 77 in Cameron County. With DPS troopers in pursuit, the vehicle, loaded with over 200 pounds of marijuana, reached speeds of 95 miles per hour. Despite issues with the steering and a tense moment when one of the troopers almost collided with the suspect, the chase continued.
Address 1905 West 41st Street in Mission.
As they approached South Awakening, it seemed like the smuggler might escape. However, just as they neared Willow Road, the vehicle finally came to a stop. With the driver in custody, the tension subsided, and the dangerous pursuit was over.